Hey everyone, this is Howard here from ChaosHD.com, and I'm getting ready to do a commentary on one of Khaos's Constuct TS games. Overall, it's a pretty good gameplay, and I feel I can add some perspective to it. With that being said, let's get started. Alright, right off the beginning, Khaos is going to nade bottom gold and bottom close. Those are really good places to nade, especially since the enemy spawns in those two places. Bottom gold especially, because bottom gold, most people will push up top to be able to put shots on stragglers that are still down by open or closed. So it's always a real good idea to have at least one person push up that way. If you'll notice here, Khaos doesn't actually rush into C3. That's a really good play by him, mostly because he knew that it was going to be 2v1. And that's always really good to make sure that you're not outnumbered or by yourself. And then as you can see there, Khaos actually stayed behind even though he was down a few shots to try to put Craig down to a one-shot. That's also a good idea, especially if you know you can't get out of this situation. And as you can see, watch what Khaos does with the sniper. He's not really aggressive with it. He tries to stay back, and that's always a really good idea. The sniper, although you can be really good at no-scoping with it, it's not always a great idea to rush into a battle, especially when you have 2 or 3 BRs on you. So instead, he'll just sit back and try to put shots on people. That's pretty nasty, if you ask me. Now this is really good here too. Even if you're one shot, you always want to at least try to help out your teammates in any way possible, whether it be throwing a nade or even putting one shot on the enemy. You don't ever underestimate how one shot can really help out your teammates.
Gain the lead.
Now notice here how Khaos is going to help out Tryland and get this Overshield by nading bottom OS ramp. That's a great place to look out for rushes that are from people that are trying to come down and get the Overshield. Another thing that I like is he doesn't necessarily go up on purples when the other team is all up top. Going up to purples most times really isn't going to be the best way to approach it. So your best way is going up sword leg or finding an alternate route up top. And not all that death right there really, in my opinion, wasn't his fault. You know, he kind of got. It was just a bad situation for him. But what I like one thing that I don't like about the purples in this map, although you want to try to stay up top and keep purples, they always seem to be death traps. Like for me anyway, death traps for nades. So you always want to be careful when rushing into the purples. Just beware of the nades that are going to be coming at you. Sword is actually a really good spot to look out to be a lookout, because you can watch both sword legs and both purples at the same time, and it's actually a great spawning place, because in sword you'll 99% of the time it's a big spawn cluster there, so you'll spawn your team with you. That's a great place to be, especially on a hill game. If you notice there, Khaos didn't chase after Craig, even though Craig was in one shot. That's actually a really good play by him. Mostly because you have to keep top control, and if you're chasing after every one shot that goes down to the bottom, you know, that's it. You're not really going to be keeping top control. He actually made the right choice by staying up top and helping out his teammates. Here it's kind of a bad situation, but Khaos actually makes the best out of that situation. Especially by backing off even though he had the Overshield. 2v1 up close is a really bad situation, no matter what. Because a few shots on the, or a few melees on the Overshield is going to take it right off. Another really smart play is that he actually didn't play Ring Around the Rosie with Assassin. You know, like, you always want to keep the enemy coming to you, especially if you're down shots. You know, if he's going to go after the enemy, it gives the enemy time to, you know, get his shield up and try to juke him out. So it's just a good play by Khaos. That he just didn't chase after, and he just kept his cool in that situation. And one thing that I want to point out right here is that the reason Khaos rushed in there was because he got a call out that the guy was one shot. Always make sure that your call outs are as accurate as possible. I understand mistakes are going to happen, but if you're going to call out a one shot, make sure he's one shot. Make sure that you see his shields break. That was another really good play. By taking alternate routes, you can also confuse the enemy. He knew that the one shot was going to be backing off into the lobby, so in order to cut them off, he jumped on R1. Overall, I felt like this was a great gameplay. I feel that you can learn a lot from it, and I hope that this has been help to you. Thanks for watching.